Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome you all in PIST Virtual Learning System session 2020. Dear students, hope you all fine and enjoying your virtual learning classes. This is your computer science class for grade first year. This is our 18 video lecture and we are on chapter number 4 inside system unit. So dear students, today we are going to continue the types of the ports which we discussed in the previous lecture, and in this lecture we will continue it. Then expansion cards, sound cards, video graphic cards, and modem card. So let's start with the types of ports. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about some types of the ports like serial ports, parallel ports, and PS2 port, USB port. Today we will continue the types of ports with FireWire port. FireWire ports external connector similar to a USB port. So in previous lecture, we discussed about the USB port. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, and this is the USB port. Nowadays, we are using USB port mostly in our computer system. So external FireWire port is an external connector similar to a USB port that provides a high-speed connection between a computer and a peripheral devices. Peripheral devices means that all input and output devices. So FireWire was developed by Apple and is based off the standard IEEE 1394 high performance serial bus. FireWire ports are able to transfer data at a rate of up to 400 MB megabits per second, Mbps. So it is FireWire port. Basically, it you can view on your screen. It is an rectangular shape port. It is a rectangular shape port generally used for connecting videos devices such as camcorder to the computer. FireWire port has 4 or 6 pins. In a 6-pin connection, 2 extra pins are used to provide sorry electric power. Laptop computers have 4-pin FireWire port because they do not provide electric power to devices connected to it. Okay, so basically FireWire ports are used to provide the connection to video devices. So this port basically used to provide the connection to video devices, and you can attach your video devices, camcorder and monitor, such kind of devices you can attach like on this FireWire port. The next is short for high definition multimedia interface, HDMI. This is HDMI port is a connector and a cable capable of transmitting high quality and high bandwidth streams of audio and video between devices. The HDMI technology is used with devices such as the HDTV projector, DVD player, or Blu-ray player. The picture is an example of HDMI cable from MediaBridge. So basically, this is HDMI port which is used to connect your high definition devices, and you can use this port to attach your sound and audio devices with this port. So this HDMI stands for high definition multimedia interface. HDMI technology provides audio video interface for transmitting digital data. All the high definition equipment including PCs, laptops, camcorders, digital camera, TV, DVR, disc player, and set top box sold today have at least one HDMI port. HDMI port transmits high quality audio video data in totally digital form through a single cable. So you can attach your all type of high definition multimedia devices on this. So you can increase and you can attach all type of multimedia devices on this interface. So here you can check the cable and the port where you can attach the HDMI devices. You can attach your audio, video, your mic, your speakers on this high speed, high definition multimedia port, HDMI. HDMI is a connector and a cable capable of transmitting high quality and high bandwidth streams of audio and video between the devices. So if you want to enhance your system speed and you want to attach any multimedia system with your computer, so you can attach on HDMI port. You can use HDMI port to attach your audio video streaming, your high speed mic and speakers, DVD player, projectors, Blu-ray player. So you can attach on this port. The next topic is expansion cards. Expansion cards basically are used to expand your system capabilities. It is used to enhance your system. So some specification you have already and built in on your system, but if you want to increase some capabilities and some components of your computer system, so you have expansion slots on your system, on your motherboard, so where you can insert expansion cards. With the help of expansion cards, you can expand your system memory, your sound system, modem, like this. So here we have different types of expansion cards. Expansion card is a printed circuit board that is inserted onto an expansion slot on the motherboard. It is also known as add-on card, interface card, or just card. So these are also known as add-on cards. So with the help of this, you can add something on your motherboard. It is interface card or just card. It gives new ability to computers, such as connecting to another computer using the network cable. So we have four basic types of expansion cards are commonly used in computers. So most commonly used types are four. These are sound card, video graphic card, modem card, and network interface card. So dear students, remember that on our motherboard, we have expansion slots. On expansion slots, we can insert these expansion cards. And these expansion cards are basically circuit boards that is inserted onto the expansion slots on the motherboard. Or sometime we can call in add-on cards, interface card, or just card. And these cards basically are used to increase the ability and capabilities of your system unit according to your requirement, as connecting another computer using a network cable. And basically we have four types, four more important types we have in these expansion cards, which we can use and expand our system. So these are the four types of our expansion cards. Sound card. Sound card you can insert on your expansion slot on a motherboard, and you can increase your capabilities and feature of your sound system. Video graphic card. So with the help of video graphic card, you can increase the graphics and image on your monitor screen. Modem card. This is used to provide the connection over a internet. With the help of a modem card, you can connect over a internet, and you can get the internet connection with the help of modem. NIC card, network interface card, which is used to provide the connection to a local network. If you have a network within a room or within an organization, then you can insert NIC card, and with the help of NIC card, so computers can connect it with each other and you can make a network. So dear students, first of all, we have sound card. The purpose of sound card is to facilitate transmission of sound in computer. In the past, beeps were the only sound that could be produced on the computer. So in past computer and in old computers, so only one sound like beep. This sound can be produced by the computer, and with the invention of sound cards in 1980s, the invention of the sound card, we can store human voice in the computer and hear it through the speakers. So in 1980s, the sound card invented, and after the invention of the sound card, now we can store human voice into the computer and we can hear this voice with the help of the speaker. The sounds are analog waves, whereas computer communication using electrical pulses that represent zeros and ones. So always remember that the our voice signals are in the form of analog signals. These are analog signals. They are vary. Like when we are speaking, so sometimes we can be loud and sometimes our sound pitch is low. So it is varying and achieving from lowest to highest value. So these are the analog signals. And the type of the computer signals, and computer always work with the digital signals 1001. Sound can't translate analog voice input from a microphone into digital form, or it outputs the digital sound stored in the computer through the speakers. So the purpose of a sound card is that it can take analog signals. The voice signals are analog signals. Remember that. So whenever you will speak, your voice signals are analog signals. They can vary from lowest to highest pitch. So it passed to the sound card. Sound card translate for the computer and pass into two state value. These are the digital signals 0101, like this. Only two states we have in this digital signals. In other words, it provides analog to digital and digital to analog conversion. So on the receiving, when computer translate and generate the result, so sound card on the other hand pass to the speaker, the result pass to the speaker. So it takes the digital signal and sound card convert these digital signals into analog signals and then pass to the speaker. So this sound card, you can call it, it's work like a convert digital signal into analog and analog signals into digital. So it takes signals from human and from microphone and convert into the digital form, and then it takes signals from the digital device, digital computer, and convert into the analog wave and pass to the speaker. It will not be possible to play DVDs, CDs, and run multimedia application on a computer without the sound card. So if you did not have sound card on your computer system, so you cannot hear the voice and you cannot play the DVDs, CDs, and multimedia application. Early sound cards were installed in the expansion slots on the motherboard. Motherboards of modern computers are manufactured with the integrated sound card. So sound card is very important if you want to hear sound and you want to speak with your computer. So you must have a sound card. With the help of mic, you can enter your sound input into the computer system. And with the help of speaker, you can get back your sound with the help of speaker. And sound card is a card which is used to translate your analog signal into digital and digital signal into analog. Video graphic card. Video graphic card, a graphics card, also called a video card or a display card, is a circuit board in a computer with specialized hardware optimized for displaying high quality graphics at a high rate of speed. So video graphic cards are basically used to provide the support to your videos, your images, and simply it provides support to the monitor with high resolution. It can increase the resolution of your system, and it can support the more realistic colors. So most modern computers include them, and while they are something associated with the video gamers looking to get the most fun out of their games, they are also useful for professional application like using Adobe Photoshop to edit photos or editing business videos. So here on the picture, you can view the video graphic card. So this is a video graphic card which is used to increase the graphics of your monitor, and it can display more realistic, more sharp colors, and basically it can be used for your gamers and for picture editing and for graphics purpose also. So the purpose of a video graphic card is to display text, graphics, and images on the screen. In the past, video cards were installed in the expansion slot, but in the modern computers, video hardware is integrated on the motherboard. So in the past, if you want to install the video graphics, so you have to install on the expansion slot, but nowadays it is integrated on the motherboard. So video hardware that is integrated on the motherboard is known as integrated graphics or on-board graphics. Integrated graphics use some of the computer RAM and reduce the total RAM capacity. These motherboard have a AGP, PCI or PCI Express slot for adding a high performance graphics card in place of the integrated performance and integrated graphics. And video graphic cards, alternative known as a display adapter, graphic cards, video adapter, video board, or video controller, or a video card, is an expansion card that connects to the computer motherboard. It is used to create a picture on a display. Without a video card, you would not be able to see the page more plainly. It is a piece of hardware inside your computer that process images and video. Some of the tasks normally handled by the CPU. Video cards are used by the gamers in place of integrated graphics due to their extra processing power and video RAM. So now in the modern computer, we have integrated video card, and these are AGP, PCI or PCI Express slot for adding a high performance graphic card in place of the integrated graphic. These high performance 3D graphics card have their own dedicated memory, which is generally between 256 MB to 1 GB. Special high performance 3D graphic cards are required for running some video games. So basically, the video graphic cards, in old day, the video graphic cards were used in expansion slot, but now in modern computer, it is in on board on your motherboard, and that is integrated on motherboard, and that's why it is also known as integrated graphics or on-board graphics. Integrated graphics use some of the computer's RAM and reduce the total RAM capacity. These motherboards have a AGP or PCI slots and PCI cards to enhance the more capabilities of your video graphic options. Then we have a modem card. The modem, short for modulator and demodulator. A modem is a device or a program that enables a computer to transmit data over, for example, telephone or cable line. So dear students, modem is a short word of modulator and demodulator. So the purpose of a modem to provide the connection over the internet. So dear student, in previous slide, we have discussed about analog and digital signals. So remember that whenever you want to use the modem, so we send signal in the form of digital, and these digital signal pass to the modem, and modem convert in these signals into analog signals. So this is a modulator, and demodulator means that it is used to convert analog signals into digital and digital signals into analog. So it is a modulator and demodulator to convert analog signals into digital and digital signals into the analog. Computer information is stored digitally, whereas information transmitted over the telephone line is transmitted in the form of analog waves. A modem converts data to a signal so it can be easily sent and received over a phone line. Cable or satellite connections are used for transmission over an analog telephone line, which was once the most popular way to access the internet. The modem converts data between the analog and digital formats in real time for two-way the network communication. In the case of the high-speed digital modems popular today, the signal is much simpler and does not require the analog to digital converter. So modem is a communication device that makes possible the transmission of data between computer via telephone line or other communication line. It is abbreviation of modulator and demodulator. Modem is the abbreviation of modulator and demodulator, and modem is a device that modulate an analog carrier signals to the encode digital information and also demodulate such carrier signals to decode the transmitted information. The goal of modem is to produce signals so that it can be easily transmitted over analog line and decoded to the reproduce the original data. So here in the diagram, you can see this is a computer A, this is a modem. Again, on the long distance over the telephone line, we have modem, this is computer B. So computer A wants to send the data over a internet. So how it will send, first of all, the signal was passed to the modem, analog signal will pass to the modem. So these are the digital signal from the computer, a digital signal pass to the modem. This is the digital connection between the computer and the modem, and digital signal pass to the modem. Modem will take the digital signal and then convert into the analog signal. This is our telephone line, and this is our telephone line. On telephone line, remember that voice signals transfer in the form of analog signal. So analog signal pass to the next modem, and next modem will take the analog signals and then pass to the computer, and modem will take analog signal, convert into the digital signal, and then pass to the computer. So this is the conversion of digital to analog modulation. This process is called to convert digital signal into analog signal is called modulation, and to process of converting analog signal into the digital signal is called demodulation. So this device is a modulator and demodulator. The abbreviation is modulator and demodulator, and the purpose is to convert digital signals into analog and analog signals into the digital, and it is used to provide the high speed connection over a internet. If you want to connect over internet, so you must have a modem, and with the help of modem your computer can be a part of a internet. So modems are generally used for dial-up connection to internet. Modem cards are fixed in expansion slots, and modem hardware is integrated on the motherboard. So we have different types of modem. The first types and the most commonly used type is a dial-up modem. Dial-up modem used on dial-up networks convert data between the analog form used on a telephone lines and the digital form used on computer. An external dial-up modem plugs into a computer at one end and a telephone line on the other end. In the past, some computer makers integrate internal dial-up modems into the computer. Modern dial-up network modem transmit data at a maximum rate of 56,000 bits per second. However, the inherent limitation of public telephone networks often limit modem data rates to 33.6 kbps, kilobits per second or lower. When you connect to a network through a dial-up modem, the modem relay through a speaker the distinctive handshaking sounds between your device and the remote modem. Because the connection process and data patterns are similar each time. Hearing the sound pattern helps you verify whether the connection process is working or not. So dial-up modem use telephone lines, and they can provide transmission speed up to 56 kbps, kilobits per seconds, which is very slow. Therefore, their use is gradually declining. It has the advantage of providing internet connection from any location in the world, and it is the cheapest internet connection, cheapest and easy way to connect over a internet. Then we have a broadband modem. A broadband modem, like those used for DSL or cable internet access, uses advanced signaling techniques to achieve dramatically higher network speeds than earlier generation. Dial-up modems, broadband modems are often referred to as a high-speed modem. Cellular modem are type of a digital modem that establishes internet connectivity between a mobile device and a cell phone network. So here we have a computer, then we have a modem, and this is a telephone network, modem, and terminal. So with the help of a modem, we can convert the signal and we have a high speed internet connection. So external broadband modem plug into a home broadband router or other home gateway device. On one end, the external internet interface such as a cable line on the other. The router or a gateway directs the signals to all the devices in the business or home as need. Some broadband routers include integrated modem as a single hardware unit. Many broadband internet providers supply suitable modem hardware to their customer at no charge or for a monthly fee. So this is a broadband modem, which is a latest, and a DSL cable. Sometimes we can call it a DSL cable or DSL connection or a cable internet. So with the help of this, so you have to connect it with a router or a gateway, and you can get the connection with the, you can connect it with the internet with the help of a high speed DSL connection. So DSL stands for digital subscriber line. This is used to connect DSL connection to the internet. These fast internet speed depending upon the package and service of the internet service provider, ISP. So DSL connection you can get from your service provider, internet service provider, ISP, and dial-up and ISDN modem are gradually replaced by the DSL modem. So this is the latest technology which you can use to get the internet connection in 24 hours. You can get internet connection with the help of this DSL and broadband connection. Then we have some more types: external modem, internal modem. External modem is removable device which is used for connection purpose. This type of modem is externally connected with a computer with a COM port. COM port means communication port, or a USB port, and has some lights which indicate the processing status. The external modem may dial-up modem or broadband modem. An external modem is attached to the computer system with the help of COM1 or COM2 ports. It connected to the telephone wall jack by another cable. External power is supplied to it. It is very easy to start up. So it is an external box, and with the help of a port, you can attach the external modem with your computer system. Then we have internal modem. Internal modem or onboard modem is a type of a modem that is installed on the slots of the motherboard. This modem is an expansion card. An internal modem is a circuit board that can be attached inside the system through expansion slot. Cannot be moved easily from one PC to another. Setup is difficult. Internal modem is inside the computer system on your motherboard. On the expansion slot, maybe you have, and you can attach the telephone cable on this internal modem. So internal cable is inside your system, and then you can get the connection. So dear students, here we have a type: wireless modem. The wireless modem transmit data through the air using unguided media instead of cable guided media. It is also called a radio frequency modem. These are designed to work with the cellular technology and wireless local area network. They are not yet perfected by the technology is rapidly improving. So wireless modem means that there is no wire. We have a wireless modem. With the help of antennas, you can get the connection with the help of a radio frequency signals, and this is more suitable for the mobile technology, mobile tab and laptops. Nowadays it is very famous. With the help of the wireless modem, our devices are connected with internet connection. Fax modem enables a computer to transmit and receive documents on telephone line, normally called fax. With a fax modem, a computer performs like a fax machine. Then we have already discussed dial-up modem. The dial-up modem transfer to the analog signal through ordinary telephone lines. And DSL modem, digital subscriber line modem, also called the broadband modem, is used to providing broadband service to the different kinds of internet connection. ISDN modem. ISDN stands for Integrated Service for the Digital Network, as a type of a communication standards for simultaneously digital transmission of voice data over a single wire or optical fiber. Working of a modem. Modem is a full duplex device having modulator and demodulator, and the process of converting digital signals into the analog signals is called modulation, and the process of converting analog signals into the digital signals is called demodulation. So modulator convert digital to analog signals and send to the LAN, whereas demodulator receive info and converts analog signals into the digital signals. So basically it is a modulator and modulator, and the process in which it will convert the signal is called modulation and demodulation. This process is called the modulation and demodulation. So software in a computer activates modem. How modem can work? Software in a computer activates modem which listen for dial-up tune on phone line. Modem dials a specific number. Modem at receiving and answer calls and send out signals. Modem at sending and converts digital signal to analog signals. Modem at receiving and converts analog signals back to the digital signal. So here we can see a complete diagram. So on the diagram here we have analog signals. These analog signals pass to the modem. It will convert into the digital signals and pass to the computer. Here analog signal pass to the modem, and modem convert into the digital signal and then send to the digital computer. So this is called the modulation and demodulation, and modem is a modulator and demodulator to convert the signals into digital to analog and analog to digital. Modem with DAC, digital to analog converter, and analog to digital converter, which are converting data from digital to analog to send down the telephone line, and then from analog to digital when the data arrives at the destination computer. Here one more diagram can represent your data. Here we have a digital data. It will pass to the modem, and modem convert into the analog signal and then send over a network. On the receiving end, the analog signal receive, and modems convert that signals into digital signal and then pass to the computer. So this yellow represent the digital to analog signal converter, and red the circle represent the red circle represent the analog to digital converter. So here this is a complete working and the block diagram of your digital to analog signals and sound and video signals, how they can convert it and transmit it over a internet. So always data is passed to the modem in the form of 01010, and that is a digital data, and this data pass to the modem, and modem takes the data and convert into the analog signal and then pass to the next computer. On the receiving end, the modem takes the analog signals and convert back into the digital signals in the form of 0101, and then send to the required computer. So this is a complete working of modem. Thank you so much, students. Inshallah, in next lecture, we will continue with network interface card and how it works. Thank you so much. Till then, Allah Hafiz.